We are back. Falcons franchise. And it's been a while. I'm recording this Tuesday, March 5th, or not March, April 5th, excuse me. And I'm just gonna quickly go on my YouTube and we're just gonna go see when my last video was, more specifically Falcons franchise. My last video was 7 days ago, but that was a Madden Monday video. My last Falcons franchise video, 10 days ago. Can't tell, yeah, I've been slacking a bit. I've had some stuff going on in real life that I've had to deal with. Nothing bad. Like, no one's died. But they have Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, and then they also have Demario Henson, who I would consider trading for, honestly. Who knows? Jalen Hurts, I mean, he's been playing very solid for us, but I mean, star dev, I don't know how old he is. You know what? How far in his career he is. But we're gonna defend the outside run. They have probably they easily have a top 5 offense. They struggle with passing. That's it. Defensively, they're middle of the pack. They struggle with passing or rushing yards. So that probably means I don't know why Johnny Hecker's listed here. But we got a big power back, Melvin Gordon. We have the second ranked defense. We don't even have the best ranked defense. And of course, the worst ranked offense. You know, we have our normal guys. Addison Nolan is returning, so he should be getting some more XP. And we just start training now. Let's hope we don't have any injuries, but obviously we can't really prevent that. Besides, of course, you know, taking practice off, like, you know, we don't practice, but then we'll be all rusty and stuff come game time, and, you know, we'll have some fatigue. It'll be, well, not fatigue, but like, it'll be easier to injure because we aren't used to the field. But we are actually completely healthy. Well, but not completely healthy. We have some players to upgrade. Keenan Sneed, someone we recently signed. We have Taylor Martinez, Josh Waddle, and Matt Hennessy. Now, obviously, practice squad players were signed. That seems to be a theme with this game this season. I don't know if it's a glitch or something, but we are missing 4 players. So we are going to, of course, go out there, sign some guys. But also, injury report, I believe we're missing 2 players. We are. Richie Grant should be returning next week, and Grady Jarrett will soon follow. How long does Grady Jarrett have on his contract? Because he's only he's about to be 86. He has 2 years. That is perfect. And Richie Grant's on the last year of his deal, so that is also concerning. But we're just going to quickly hop into free agency and sign 4 practice squad players. Now, the reason I do this is because we don't have much choices, huh? We'll take Brian Flanagan, I suppose. Take Nathan Green. We'll take Larry Trainer. And we'll take Connor Burns. We have very similar positions on our practice squad, but that is because every single player we sign, it seems like they just get taken. Injuries are a common theme in this franchise this season. If we just go to the injury report, obviously we only have 2. That is not bad. Football team, they only have 1. Not bad. 49ers only have 1. They only have 2, but there are some teams who are injured. Oops, didn't mean to do that. We're just going to quickly scroll through. Like the Patriots, they're missing Damian Harris, probably their starting running back. Kyle Duggar, probably their starting strong safety. And they're missing him for a while. And then they're missing Ben Foster, who's probably one of their new linebackers who they're probably going to try and develop into a starter. Then we have the Saints office. Marcus Davenport probably starting right end. Adam Trautman probably starting tight end. Connor Hartwell probably one of their top starting cornerbacks. So as you can see, there are a decent amount of injuries going around. Like that, this is only one injury, but Justin Simmons, they're more than likely their starting safety. The Browns, Denzel Ward, starting cornerback. Wyatt Teller, starting right guard. Austin Hooper, starting tight end. Nick Harris, maybe starting center. I don't know. James Conner, probably starting running back. Rondale Moore, probably a starting receiver. Peyton Turner, maybe a starting right end. Corey Lindsey, probably starting center. Olivier Vernon, probably backup. Derek Nottie, starting D tackle, I'd assume. Joshua Kando. All these injuries do affect teams to where they do need Josh Sweat. He's definitely a starter. Jordan Mailata, definitely a starter. And then we're back to us. So these teams do affect people. Now, the thing is, I don't know why teams don't do this in this game, but there are plenty of free agents available. Probably for every position you can imagine. But they just don't sign them. Maybe it's because they already have a 53-man roster, so they signed their guys on practice squads, because obviously if they're on the practice squad, it means they want them on the team, but they're just not that good enough. So then they sign them, and then obviously that leaves holes on the practice squad, which means they gotta fill them. So if teams have guys on practice squads, they're probably gonna sign them over available free agents because they're gonna think, oh, they're worth it. If they're on the practice squad, not just a free agent, they're worth signing. But in real life, you can put any player you want on the practice squad. But for Madden, you can only put a guy in the practice squad if they're in their first 3 years in the NFL. It's very weird. I don't know why they fixed that, but, it's fine. They have a solid team. Saquon Barkley obviously going to be a big threat. Dexter Lawrence is up there. Kenny Golladay up there. Arguably the best punter in the league. Jabril Peppers looks good. Dory Jackson's good. Evan Ingram's up there. Leonard Williams is injured, but he's good. Jonathan Jones is injured, but he's also good. Then they have a young guy in Brian Walton. They have Azeez Ojulari, Xavier McKinney, Blake Martinez, Juan Fields, Brenton Mason as a backup running back. Nick Needham, Devin Duvernay, Chris Boswell. It's Garyon Conley, Kadarius Toney, who's young. Vernon Daniels, who's young. Taylor Lewan, but he's not very young. But he's good for now. Matthew Pert. Nick Gates. Fullback. They're a solid team. As the record can tell, they are 3-2. They are an 80 overall. They are not as good as an overall with us, but they do have the better record. They probably have the better quarterback. I mean, you can make the argument. Jalen Hurts, I believe, is younger, but yeah. But without further ado, we're going to get into the game after being a week and a half, we'll say, away. Now, this is week 7, which means next week, which is also conveniently our bye week, the trade deadline. So this means we will be able to, this is the last week to put guys on the trade block. Because the way the trade block works is if you put a guy in the trade block, it means you are open to trading them. Like, that's what it means. So if a team's desperate for a position, they can kind of just go straight to that position and know, okay, this team, they're down to trade this guy. Daniel Jones is having an amazing year. Oh my God. And it works weekly. So if you put a guy in a trade block in week 7, for example, you advance the week to week 8. You know, if a team's interested, they'll more than likely teams put a week offers out in week 8. If you put a guy in the trade block in week 2, for say, you'll get teams can make an offer weeks 3 through 8. Because once week 8's over, trade deadlines happen. You know, no more trades until the next season. As already Giants driving down the field. Jones averaging 22 yards a pass. Detroit defeats Tennessee. Detroit having a very solid year at 4-3. We are 3-3 in the middle of the pack. Second in our division, I believe. And Daniel Jones is going to be sacked. That is going to be... I can't get a name. I want to say Jones, but I don't know anyone named... Oh, DJ Jones. Makes sense. I couldn't think of anyone besides Keandre Jones, and I know his number. He's 40-something, but, like, he's 47. There it was. John Kaminsky with the tackle. 3rd and 19, they are out of field goal range, but they can easily get into field goal range, or they could settle for a first down. It's a screen pass, and that's going to be incomplete. So, the reason I did not upload, as they're going to punt the ball, probably not going to be returned. It's going to go out of bounds at the 5-yard line, 6. I once finished driving school. I got my temps, and I can now drive, but I need someone who is 21 or older with a license to be driving. Well, not driving. Be in the passenger seat. That is the rule here down in Ohio. I am also just had my room painted. We're still working on, as that goes nowhere. That was I assume, an end around. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Just hand off to Gordon. He's gonna get a yard. They're gonna say 2. Got the roof and the walls of my room painted. We're still gonna probably paint the base. That's gonna be complete. That is Marquise Brown, I believe. As we do have a new receiver on the team as well. We have Ben Carmichael, who we acquired in a trade. I don't remember with who, though. We traded away William Jackson, and Kevin Fox, and I believe someone else, maybe. But I don't remember. But yeah. Kind of where we are now. We still have to paint, like, the base and, like, window frame and stuff, and, like, I have a fireplace. Well, it's not a fireplace. There used to be a fireplace in my room. Well, before, we lived here, there was, at least. Now there's just the outline of it. So that's, yeah. Going deep. Jalen Hurts, one-on-one, going up and getting it. That is Marquise Brown. We need to get a replay on that. We're going to press the exit after this little replay. He goes up, one-hands it. And we are going to get a snapshot of that. As we are rocking the all black today, I just now noticed these uniforms look clean. Okay. Gotta make sure we get the 5 in there, There we go. We have a picture of that immaculate catch. Can we exit? Okay. Marquise Brown, who has been very quiet for us. We were considering trading him, and now seem like the better chance than ever. Besides the fact that I believe, just got him in free agency, maybe. I could be wrong. We may have gone in last year. I mean, we could just look at career stats and see. And especially, with the trade of Ben Carmichael, that as Hurts is going to be sacked, that is not Justin Fields, someone Fields, as New Orleans is beating Tampa Bay 7-0, and we have a little division rivalry going on over there. 3rd and goal now from the 20. As long as there is no turnover, the Falcons will more than likely get points on the board. Just going to elect to check it down. That is Steve Wesley. He's going to be up to the 10-yard line. That's going to be a 27-yard field goal attempt. I was thinking about doing another, well, here's the schedule for videos, and I want to talk about some ideas. So, I'm recording this video on Tuesday. It's going to go out Wednesday. I'm going to record a video on Wednesday that's going to go out on Thursday, which is going to be the power rankings for free agency. That is going to be the final power ranking of the 2021-2022 season. Power rankings as Tampa Bay quickly respond 7-7. And then after that, we are going to do Friday Falcons franchise, but that's where the idea wants to come in. I wanted to do an episode just covering the bye week, because you know, like I said, on the bye week we're allowed to do practically whatever we want. I mean, that is where we are allowed to re-sign guys. That is going to be the trade deadline conveniently, so that's why, you know, we can strike some trades on the bye week, to where, you know, we'll have some, you know, more time to negotiate trades and to plan out trades, while other teams are just kind of going to have to focus on their games. As that is the end of the quarter, as we lead 3-0. So there's a lot we can go into. We can look at, you know, power rankings, not power rankings. I believe there will be maybe a mock draft, as that is incomplete. Not able to hold on to. I believe that was Kadarius Toney. We have Randy Tatum, who I believe we got from the Patriots. Big hit. George Claiborne got rocked. I believe it was straight up. We gave them William Jackson, and we got Randy Tatum. A huge thing about the Patriots, as you guys may know in real life, they liked, I believe this is like Bill Belichick's motto, he wants to move on from a guy a year too early rather than a year too late, which probably is why they moved on from J.C. Jackson. I believe he still has a few good years left in him. But he got the bag from the Chargers at least. Third and inches, and that's going to be given to Gordon. He is going to easily get the first down. And then either on Saturday or Tuesday, back to the video schedule, I want to do my final mock draft. You know, I'm learning a bit more about all these players and all that. There's been a lot of trades. I believe there's like, that's intercepted. Who was that intended for? Was that Brown? It was. Jalen Hurts is starting to get a bit too reckless. This might be his potential last game as a Falcon. Well, no, we're not going to trade away Jalen Hurts. But we might, you know, get a new quarterback. You know, the Giants got a pretty good backup, I'd say. You know, who wouldn't want to give, yeah. You know, if you have a backup quarterback, I'd assume they're committed to Daniel Jones. Either that or he's, because I believe he'd be passed, so I believe he'd have gotten a new contract by now. So, like, we could just do the backup. Now, we give him a solid, you know, pick or player for the backup, and, you know, kind of put some stress on Jalen Hurts, saying, hey, improve the play, or else you're done. Obviously, we're not going to trade away Jalen Hurts because I'm not paying him the biggest money. Or, you know, we could just put PJ in, see how he does. And wide open. The top-ranked defense is getting shredded into deep pass game. That's Evan Ingram. And the Giants take the lead 6-3 with the extra point being up and good. They lead 7-3. We see Melvin Gordon had a very good season last year with us as he came in late in the year. He got to win a Super Bowl. I don't know if, I believe he's probably won one. I don't know. I don't know if he was there when Peyton Manning got his last. I don't really remember. Wait, no, what am I saying? He was on the Chargers. I forgot he was on the Chargers. He felt like a Broncos for life type of guy. Of course he hasn't won one. Jalen Hurts kind of getting a bit too comfortable with Marquise Brown. Hopefully that interception will kind of put him back into the, oh, I can't just throw the ball up 70 yards down the field to Marquise Brown every play and hope for the best. That's not how you become a successful starting quarterback in the league. Tampa Bay now leads 14-7 over New Orleans. Carolina does have a Sunday night game, so we will not be able to see their result until after this week. As Jalen Hurts scrambling. That's why we like him. We have PJ Walker as well as a backup. He's a pretty good scrambler. Lorenzo Northcutt, I don't think he's a very good scrambler, but he was very impressive in the preseason. We drafted a guy in the second round who I don't even know if he's even on the team anymore. He just did not pan out. The Chiefs took our guy who we wanted at 32. He went a pick before us to be in the first round to be Patrick Mahomes' backup. That could mean that's just trade bait. You know, they're trying to get value for him back. For, you know, a team that's desperate for a quarterback. Or that could mean that there could be some shaky water between the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. Without a doubt, the best quarterback in the league. Even though the Chiefs have gone to the Super Bowl every year since Super Bowl 54. They beat the 49ers in 54, and 55 lost to the Bucks, and 56 lost to the Falcons. They're going to say that's incomplete. It's going to be a 44-yard attempt. In 57, they beat the Eagles. In 58, they lost to the Falcons. And now, the Buccaneers and Saints are tied at 14 now. Now, we're en route to Super Bowl 59, where who knows what will happen. As we are also heading towards the end of the Falcons franchise. It is a whiles away, I will say. Don't worry. We're probably going to end relatively near Madden 23, maybe like a week, maybe 2 weeks, ahead of the launch of Madden 22. Or, excuse me, Madden 23. Just due to the fact that, you know, it'd be pretty fun to play Madden 23 when it comes out. And I did post an updated version. Now, only the people who watch this video will understand, probably. I posted 10 teams, not really in a specific order, but kind of in a specific order. But there's a lot of teams that are like, okay, I mean, They're both pretty even in terms of which one I do. I think Jalen Hurts is done. Him throwing it up, he had him. He needed a stronger arm, and Tampa Bay takes the lead 21-14. But they're now at the 41 from that interception. So they could get more points after this. Holy crap, we have 2 seconds. Hail Mary attempt, Jalen Hurts. Come on. Who was that? That's number 6. Is that the new guy? That is. That's Randy Tatum. Jalen Hurts. One last play. He's going deep. It will be just short of the end zone, but incomplete. And that is going to do it for half number 1 as the New York Giants lead the Atlanta Falcons 7-6. As we are going to take a look at the halftime report. Starting off, we're going to head on down to Tampa Bay, Florida, where we're going to see the Saints and Bucks battling it out, where the Bucks lead this game 21-14, with Drew Lock having 3 touchdown passes, one to Cecil Allen and Kamara with a rushing touchdown. Next, we're going to go a bit north. We're going to head to Washington, where we're going to see the Cowboys and the football team, where the Cowboys are beating football team 14-3. Prescott perfect on passing with 2 touchdown passes. And last, we're going to head on west to Chicago, Illinois, to where we're going to see the Seahawks and the Bears, where the Bears are leading 21-19. Wilson, 2 touchdown passes. Fields, touchdown and interception. Montgomery, 2 touchdowns. And Chris Carson with a touchdown. Now, next gen stats. Here are the Giants when it comes down to throwing the ball in the middle of the field. Not the middle of the field, but like middle. Like, it's not deep, it's not short. And the Falcons when it comes down to running the ball inside. So we can see Giants' game plan coming into this game was to throw the ball medium. And the Falcons was to run the ball inside. And somehow the Falcons have momentum. That is weird. But returning it and going to be tackled at like 12 to 13 yard line. George Claypool. He might be done. Well, I don't know if he's going to remain on the team. I don't think a team's really going to want him. He just might be a guy we release. He's not a very good return man. Incomplete, intended for Melvin Gordon. Once again, Jalen Hurts, he is 8 for 16, but he has thrown the ball up way too many times for me to actually feel comfortable with him. Now we hand it off to Gordon. Gordon, he's going to break a tackle, and he's going to go up to 23, that's Wesley, excuse me. He's going to get a first down. Steve Wesley was supposed to be the future running back of this team. He's, I believe, in year 3 now. Is he? We drafted him after we won the Super Bowl in like the 2nd round. He wasn't supposed to start instantly. That was Raheem Mostert, who did pretty solid. We gave him way too much hate. As Gordon's running people over, he's going to be up to the 39-yard line. We let Mostert walk. He signed with the Dolphins. We then made a trade for Kevin Fox, who was on the Dolphins conveniently. He was the 4th-string running back as well. After the year with Mostert. And then it was kind of, we were going to have a 2 running back system. Or a pretty even carries was the plan. You know, with Steve Wesley and Kevin Fox. Just mattered who was going to be the better running back. Steve Wesley flopped in the preseason. So, Kevin Fox easily won a job. Kevin Fox was doing very solid, but then, you know, I saw Melvin Gordon in free agency. He was recommended to us by the assistant GM. And I decided, you know what? Let's take Melvin Gordon. He had a very solid season. To where we brought him back on You gotta make that throw, Hurts. Gotta make that throw. Very solid season. We bring him back on a 2-year deal. We trade Kevin Fox. Not because he was bad, but just because he didn't really have a role on this team at the moment. And his role would have been to be, you know, the kind of primary back, as Hurts is going to be sacked back at the 42 by Dexter Lawrence. You know, he was going to be the elusive back. Where Gordon is kind of a power back. Wesley's kind of a receiving back and a power back. And then Williams is a bit of everything. He's not on, I don't think Williams is on the team anymore, though. He might be. But we now have Keenan Snead, who's going to be the Kevin Fox replacement. We got Keenan Snead for free. You know, he's just a free agent. We signed him. I believe he was on the practice squad for a while. We trade Kevin Fox. We bring Keenan Snead up to the active roster. The reason we traded Fox, it was basically either Keenan Snead or Kevin Fox. Now, I traded good value for Kevin Fox, so I was like, okay, so we can, to where we got Keenan Snead for free, so I was like, okay, I want some of that value back for Kevin Fox, because while Keenan Snead is younger and they were like the same overall, one of them has star development trait and one of them doesn't. And one of them is probably cheaper considering we just signed him off of free agency, where the other was drafted. So that was what went into it. Barkley's going to break a huge run to the 46. They're starting to give the ball to Barkley a bit more. Jones, quick pass. That's Ingram, I believe. Is Evan Ingram? Got 6 on the play. Tampa Bay extends their lead to 28-14. It looks like they are no longer. It looks like the Saints are not going to beat Tampa. That's also Ingram getting the first down to the 39. They are probably in field goal range. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be a deep kick. Yeah. Jones. A blitz was set, and he managed to cover it perfectly as Galladay gets the reception up to the 18. The running back had a perfect block. There was an unblocked man, and the running back picked him up immediately. And Jones, while on the run after someone who did break through, he delivers a dime to a wide open Kenny Galladay up to the 18-yard line. As it's going to be a handoff to Barkley as the Falcons go from blitzing to rushing only 3. You'd think it'd probably be a run considering as Barkley's going to break a tackle. Jones just was on a run and threw a bullet across the field. You think his arm might be a little tired and they might want to give him a little break. But no, the Falcons will have to rush free. As the Falcons blitz again, another perfect block. And Kenny Galladay is going to get the touchdown on A.J. Terrell. And Taylor Lewan now gets injured. A huge part of this Giants offensive line and offense. I believe the left tackle as well. And the Giants now lead 14-6. Daniel Jones was 5 for 5 on that drive. As we're going to go to coaching and I believe medical center, yes. The Giants. Taylor Lewan. He will return. Apparently, Jonathan Jones is available to play as well. But Taylor Lewan is injured. Now we're also going to look at the depth chart for the Giants. In case Taylor Lewan does not return. And they're already going to say he's good to go. But they have John Foster, second-year player, as the backup, 68 overall. So not a bad overall for a backup, but the left tackle, by far, well maybe not, the most important piece of the offensive line. You could also make an argument for center, in my opinion, because you know he does have to be the fastest. He has to snap the ball accurately and then put his hands up ready to block. But the left tackle, They have the blind side to protect. That's usually where the blitzes and stuff come. And now Aziz Ojolari gets injured. And all of a sudden, the Giants are getting banged up. The Falcons, now some key injuries, could potentially make a comeback. It just depends on how are they going to use this. I mean, the Falcons, who have really struggled this game, besides the rushing game, but you can't just run the ball the whole game. It's eventually going to be stopped. But the Falcons are going to try. They're handing it off play after play. Just depends on Jalen Hurts' decision making, in my opinion. If he could make smart reads and not just throw the ball deep every play, the Falcons could probably win this game. As that was a dangerous pass, but complete. Number 22 almost worked that. Marquise Brown does come up with the catch. He's over 100 yards for today, and that was Adoree Jackson. Hurts. He's going to scramble out. He's going to throw deep on the run! And intercepted. Intended for Wesley, but intercepted by Jabril Peppers, I believe. And that might just be the dagger. As the quick pass is going to be complete, and Evan Ingram trucks over two defenders at once to get 7 yards. It's a handoff. Barkley up to the 31. He gets a first down. You gotta wonder, are the Giants going to go and shoot clock yet, or do they feel like it's a bit too early? And hand it off to Barkley. He doesn't get it. Giants are not yet in shoot clock formation, and the Buccaneers take a 35-14 lead, and that's probably the dagger for that game. Jones is going to throw, and it's a screen pass, and it is wide open. Barkley's going to be tackled at the 35. Only got 3. 3rd and 6, though. And now the Giants are in shoot clock. As the Saints quickly fire back. 35-21. Jones looking, throwing, wide open is Galladay, and that is going to be the dagger, more than likely.
Get ready. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Let's get the ball.
An embarrassing performance from Jalen Hurts. As Barkley gets 5 on the play, maybe more. They're going to say 5, and that was a timeout. Falcons, their first of the half. It's another handoff to Barkley. There is a penalty, and Barkley does get the first down, though, depending on the penalty. And it's going to be holding on the offense. It's going to be Isaac Samoa. Or Samalo. So that erases the first down. Stops the clock, even though it would have been stopped anyway. We see Kenny Galladay in motion, but it's a handoff to Barkley, and he's going to be stuffed by Noah Igbinoghene and Keandre Jones. And timeout Falcons, their second of the half. As it's a 3rd and 16, a first down does officially end the game. Well, it doesn't end, but very nearly ends the game. They're just going to elect to run it, and Barkley, he's going to be tackled short at the 47, but he got a lot of yards out of that. And now the Falcons, with a minute 43, they're going to get the ball back. Probably deep in the end zone. And no timeouts. It's going to be out at the 12-yard line. The Falcons are going to have to go 88 yards in a minute 37 with no timeouts. And they're going to need a 2-point conversion. Once again, this all depends on Jalen Hurts' decision making. Likes to check it down for 2 yards to Wesley as no one was open. Smart move by Hurts. Does waste a bit of clock, but another check down to Wesley. He does go up to the 28 though, so but the clock does keep running. They have a minute left now. Now he's going deep and incomplete, intended for Ridley, and overthrew him. Might have just been to stop the clock, and if Ridley would have caught it, well, good for him. Hurts is going to roll out. He's going to throw a cross body, and that's complete to Pitts. Pitts is down to the 41-yard line, but that keeps the clock running. Just over 30 seconds now. Hurts. Looking. Rolling out. Throwing. That's complete. That's Derek Gore. That's going to keep the clock running, though, to the 29. 18 seconds. They need to get out of bounds. And incomplete. They have 10 seconds and they need 29 yards. This is probably going to be 2 end zone shots if I had to take a guess. Hurts. Throwing. And that's going to be complete. That's Ben Jenkins, the backup tight end. And with 3 seconds left, the Falcons are going to go for 2 to tie the game up. They're handed off to Gordon. And Gordon gets in. And that's going to tie the game up. And we are more than likely going to go into overtime. Three seconds left. This will be returned. This is the final play. And we're going to go into overtime. And the Giants are the home team, so they do get the coin toss. There's the end of regulation stats. As we see Jalen Hurts and Deion Jones walk out there. It is tails. The Giants win the toss. And we see Daniel Jones and I don't know who the heck that is. Blake Martinez, maybe? And the Giants, or the Falcons are going to kick off. 5.5 minutes to the societal winner. As a great return up to the 23, a shoelace tackle return, or saved a monster return. Tampa Bay does defeat New Orleans 42-21. Jones. He's going to throw. And that's going to be complete. That's Kadarius Toney up to the 30. That's going to be a gain of 7. 2nd and 3 now. Washington defeats Dallas 21-13. It's going to be a toss outside to Barkley. He's going to be up to the 31. And now a 3rd and 1 situation. It's going to be another handoff to Barkley. And he's going to break a tackle and get the first. It came down to a one-on-one play. Barkley had to either break the tackle or fight for about another few inches. Or, the defender had to make the tackle from short. And the defender could not make the tackle. And Jones off the back foot is throwing deep. And incomplete. Arguably should have been pass interference. To me. But they're going to say it was a clean play. It's going to be a handoff to Barkley. And Barkley has a hole. He's going to go up to the 42-yard line. As the Steelers and Bengals also go into overtime. Steelers did score a field goal, so it comes down to what the Bengals can do now. Bengals either need a field goal or a touchdown. Field goal ties to make it a next score wins. And a touchdown wins it for them. 4th and 5 to punting units out there. And it's going to be a good punt. And it's going to be fair caught. But it's going to roll. And it's going to be down at the 2-yard line. Great punt by Johnny Hecker. He may be up there in age, but his punting skills have not slowed down a bit. 1st and 10 from the 2-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to Gordon. Or Wesley, excuse me. And Wesley's going to fight to the 5-yard line after having to make some people miss. Only got 2 on the play, though. Second and 8 now from the 5-yard line. It's going to be another handoff. And fighting forward is Gordon. He's going to be up to the 11-yard line. And there is no 2-minute warning. Oh, there is. Whoops. I didn't think there was. 2-minute warning. There's 2 minutes left to play. The Falcons are at their own 11 with the ball. Next score does win as well. It's going to be a fullback dive. That's C.J. Ham, and he's going to be up to the 17 for a 1st down. giving the fullback the ball. And the Falcons just seem to be running the ball. The Falcons might just want to leave this game with a tie. That's going to be complete. That's Ben Jenkins. And that keeps the clock running. We're down to 1:20. Hurts. That's going to be complete. That's Ridley. And Ridley gets a huge hit. But he's down at the 40. This depends for the Falcons. How much do you trust Young Goku? Are you going to let him kick it from like the 42? Or are you going to try and get to like the 37? Do you trust Jalen Hurts enough to get there? Or are you going to try and run the ball? You're at the 48-yard line. Young Goku's target line is the 39-yard line. They're going to run it. And the Giants get an injury which does stop the clock. And uses one of their timeouts. The Falcons are at the 45-yard line with 31 seconds left to go. Are they just trying to run into field goal range or are they going? Hurts. He's going to roll out. He's going to take it himself and he's going to slide down at the 42. And a timeout on the play.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Hey.
This is how the game ends. Alright, well this game, it's a tie. It's ending in a tie. Unless if this is incomplete. Oh my god, it is. A 59-yard attempt to send the win to the Falcons. This is what it comes down to. If he does miss as well, the Giants will have probably like 10 seconds left, and they'll be in great field goal position. They'll have a chance to kick a game winner. 59-yarder for Young Goku. The kick, and it's short. Young Goku did not have the leg. Now the Giants have 10 seconds and no timeouts. They probably need to try one out of bounds play. And then a field goal attempt. Daniel Jones looking, throwing, incomplete. That takes it down to 6 seconds. Chris Boswell's targets the 39-yard line. Are the Falcons or the Giants going to try one more out of bounds play or are they just going to go Hail Mary? They're going to go Hail Mary and this is the game. And it's intercepted by AJ Terrell. He could take this back. And it's taken back to the house and the Falcons win. The Falcons win. The pick six by AJ Terrell wins the Falcons the game. That is the game. The Falcons win this game 20-14 after a pick six thrown by Daniel Jones caught by AJ Terrell. Hurts was 18 for 31, 280, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Jones was 16 for 25, 202, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Rushing, Barkley 18 for 61, Gordon 14 for 72, Wesley 5 for 16, Hurts 2 for 12, Ham 1 for 6, and Brown 1 for -1. Brown in receiving, Marquise Brown 6 for 118, Evan Ingram 5 for 64 and a touchdown, Ben Jenkins 4 for 51 and a touchdown. The touchdown that sent us into overtime. Devin Duvernay 4 for 49. Kadarius Toney 3 for 44, Galladay 3 for 42 and a touchdown, Wesley 3 for 26, Pitts 2 for 40, Ridley 1 for 18, Gore 1 for 12, Gordon 1 for 15, and Barkley 1 for 3. Blocking. Sack allowed by Isaac Suamalo, Greg Little, Matt Hennessy, and Addison Nolan. Defensively, 2 tackles for loss for Azeez Ojulari, 1 for Keandre Jones, Dexter Lawrence, Boyce Oluokun, Juan Fields, John Kaminsky, DJ Jones, and Noah Gnagane. 1 sack for Dexter Lawrence, Juan Fields, Azeez Ojulari, and DJ Jones. An interception for AJ Terrell, Garyon Conley, Jabril Peppers, and Adoree Jackson, and a 73-yard touchdown return for AJ Terrell to be the game winner. Kicking, Young Goku was 2 for 3, missing a 59-yard attempt. Boswell didn't attempt any punting. Hecker 5 for 234. Bailey 1 for 41. Quick return. Kevin Session 5 for 98. Claiborne 1 for 13. Punt return. Session didn't have any, and Claiborne was 2 for 0. And that's gonna do it for today's episode. The Falcons, after what seemed to be a lost cause of a game, Jalen Hurts is. Well, I mean, it still might be Jalen Hurts' last game as a starter. But that is how it ends. That is unbelievable. As we advance to the bye week. Now, next week, if it'll load, we'll look at the mock draft. I don't know if this will be a separate episode or not, but we'll do bye weeks. We did have 2 practice project players signed. We had Nathan Green and Austin Favors. I don't know why you didn't just sign him. We do have Richie Graham returning from injury, so that is good. Which does mean that Grady Jarrett will also be back in time for the Bucs game. Now, next episode we'll do all of this, and then we'll maybe watch the Bucs game. And if we don't watch the Bucs games, then next episode we will watch the Bucs game. We're going to wait on that. But players to negotiate with, as a sneak peek, Kyle Pitts, Jalen Phillips, Young Oku, Richie Grant, Foye Oluokun, John Kaminsky, Jalen Mayfield, Greg Little, DJ Jones, Daquan Graham, TJ Green, Adedekumbo Ogundeji, Drew Dahlman, Dorian Etheridge, Keenan Snead, and PJ Walker. Well, we can't negotiate with some of them, but we can negotiate up to Jalen Mayfield. That's going to do it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. Sorry for taking such a long break, but I'll see you guys on Thursday with a power rankings of free agency, and on Friday will be the next Falcons franchise. Goodbye.